Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. They get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. They're going to try and tempt you with a cash offer on the table today.
280 and £300.
£20 more and you got a deal?
No.
If I don't think there's enough, I'm going to say, go to auction, gamble. You might get a little bit more money there. I will be on hand at all times to help you and advise you. Today the show comes to you from Banbury in Oxfordshire. There's a great crowd turned up. There's a buzz in the air. There's a lot of anticipation. You know why? They want to walk away with the real deal.
Our dealers' wallets are bursting at the seams as they clock in for yet another day of business. Heading up the queue today is Kathy.
Today I've brought with me a railway clock that I've been given as a gift from a friend. I'm hoping to get a few £100s for it here today.
Good luck, Kathy. Time to give Stuart a run for his money.
And we can all see it's a clock, can't we?
It is.
And it's a wall clock. It's a mahogany case. But let's hear your story. What do you know about the clock?
All I know, I was given it as a gift from a friend of mine that's moved to America. So that is basically all I know about it.
So you don't know anything about the last Yarmouth and the railway time?
No.
And so on. It's quite an interesting slant on a clock. It's a fusee movement. I've had a look at the movement. It's been very, very highly cleaned inside. It conjures up, first of all, is that the clock telling you when the last train to Yarmouth on the Isle of Wight is from? Where would you go? From Lymington or somewhere like that?
Yeah.
I think there's a railway station on very close,
There
isn't
is, yeah.
Still a good looking clock. A new or relatively new pendulum
Yeah.
and key, so it's all been either doctored or overdone up, really. But,
Yes.
but I do like it as a clock.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm going to have a go at buying it. Let's see how we get on.
I would like you to.
I like that. You would like me to, so. Right, we'll move that a wee tab there. There might not be enough room otherwise. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 300 quid.
Looks nice.
Looks very good. Look
Does
even
look
better in your
nice.
hand, wouldn't it?
It would look lovely. Would like some more.
You would like some more?
I would like some more.
We're still not there, are we?
No, not quite.
320, 340.
I've come in here. I've been watching with curiosity from the sideline.
Okay.
Now, 340 has gone down onto the table. Well, we all know Stuart. I always say it. He's a man, if he likes something, he puts the money down on the table. The independent valuers say 150 to 2. I think they are being a little bit on the conservative side. You obviously feel that there is more value here. I would say to you, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when the clock market in this type of merchandise was stronger, you might have been right. But at the moment, this kind of wall clock is collectible, is desirable, but I would say to you, 340 is a good offer.
Okay.
Stuart, as always, he likes it, he puts his money down, and in most cases, I have no haggle with Stuart at all. It's some of the meaner dealers I have to say, get your money out to. Stuart has already got his money out.
Thank you. I would like another brown one if possible.
Brown one.
If you could
Another brown
squeeze,
clock? Another brown
note.
I think after what David said, I should start putting it back now, I think. But
Sure.
no, 340 is a good bid.
Okay. I would like you to have it.
But you'd like me to pay for it as well?
I would love you to pay for it.
We have a deal?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't know what's wrong here because I think 340 is a good price to pay for it. I think it was underrated. They might know more than I know about it, but only time will tell.
£140 over the top estimate. Will Stuart be able to clear a profit? Find out later. Next, a fan's drop by to visit Tim Hogarth.
I've seen Tim on television on quite a number of occasions, and I know he likes pretty things, so I'm hoping he'll like my pretty things.
Time to share those pearls of wisdom.
Do you think you're going to get lots and lots of money for your pearls?
Well, I hope so, because I know you like pretty things.
I do like pretty things. I do like pretty things. Now, why are you selling these?
Well, I've had them for a long time. I bought them in Tokyo back in the mid-1960s when I was an air stewardess with the OAC. And
You were a trolley dolly.
I was a trolley dolly, absolutely. And I had a Japanese girlfriend who was also a stewardess, whose father was a pearl dealer. And he said to me he would string pearls for me.
Wow.
So on my next trip to Tokyo, I took the 2 antique clasps out to him.
Yes.
And he strung the pearls for me. And there was one for my mother and one for me.
Well, that's a really lovely story. Now, I'm going to tell you a story now about pearls. You probably know this story, but these are cultured pearls.
Yes.
And this is the gross bit, Elaine. But this is what antique dealers do to test a pearl. On the teeth, nice and gritty.
Yeah.
So it's a pearl. Nice clasp there. Now, after all that, the bad news is they're not what they used to be, but I think they're quite nice. And I think they've got some saleability. So I'm going to make you an offer. 50. £70.
I think they're worth a little bit more than that.
You've got to bear in mind that they're not as fashionable as they used to be.
I know.
And unfortunately, the antiques trade, the jewellery trade is fashion-led. £80.
Did I hear you say fashion-led? Well, if it's fashion-led, these never go out of fashion, darling. These are pearls. I am surprised that the independent valuers and the auctioneer says 60 to 80 pounds. It sounds like no money at all to me. Tim has put the top end of the value on. The question is, can you go and get 100 in the sale room, knock off 50 quid, 85? I honestly do not know, but they seem no money to me. But that seems to be the general opinion of value.
Thank you, David.
What do you think, Elaine?
Well, I really think it would be lovely if you could change that little orange one for perhaps a blue one or a little more.
Well, do you know what I think? I think David is absolutely right, and it pains me to say so. But what I'm going to do is, because I think they're for nothing, I'm going to take this away and I'm going to put that there. £100. Do you have a deal, Elaine?
We do have a deal, Tim. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next, can seller Steve tempt Jo Brayshaw into parting with her Redis?
I bought it in a pocket watch that was left to me from my father's side of the family. I've had it in a drawer for 18 years and you guys were here today, so I thought I'd bring it along.
Auctioneer Richard Winterton and the Duke are fascinated to see if Jo will give Steve's pocket watch the time of day.
And you have come along to see us in Banbury with a pocket watch.
Pocket watch left to me by my father.
Do you know how your father acquired it?
No, I just left down through the family to him. I believe it is a First or Second World War German type watch.
Yeah, you're right there. It's German. I think it's between the wars.
Right.
From what little bit of knowledge I have about it, I understand that they were issued to officers. It's a watch and a stopwatch. On the face, I'm going to pick it up and have a look. It says, is it Lunzer, Berlin, and on the top dial it says Alpina. Comes along with this chain, which I think is steel, because there's no wear at all on the links. At first I thought it was silver.
Right.
But if you look at the links and everything, it's quite hard. It's got a little catch on the end.
Yeah.
Obviously to fasten it on so you don't lose it. I guess that is a half mark coin, isn't it?
Yes, the German half mark.
Which is dated 1919. Right. My gut reaction when I saw it was it's worth 50 quid.
Right.
That's what I thought, because that's a sort of standard pocket watch price for these things. But it's got a bit more about it than that, I think.
Now, Richard, when this first arrived, I thought fairly bog standard silver watch. Yep. And then I looked at your face and I saw this quizzical look, this interest in it. What made it so interesting to you straight away?
Okay. In this present market, David, this sort of watch, this sort of item that we're asked to sell, this is where the interest is now.
So the big question is, how much is it really worth? What is your estimation?
Okay, we have gone 2 to 3, but the more I look at it, and it's got another nice little touch, David, we've got a little mark on it as well, if you noticed, on the chain. Again, the chain we don't think is silver, but it's got that little German mark on, just adds a little touch more. I think it's original to when it originally came, but I think we could be middle twos upwards because the market is so strong for this item.
You've heard what our auctioneer says. Collectible, in at the moment, desirable. Independent valuers agree. They're also £200 to £300. Let's see if Jo recognises that. Let's see what she puts on the table.
So we'll have a punt. See what we do. Let's get some money out. Start with £50. £100.
Well, I'm hoping.
It's all right, David. I'm managing quite well. You don't
Just
need to go.
before you say anything, and the reason I've rushed in here pretty quickly is I know your expectation when you came on the programme is, I've got a watch here, a bit of something and nothing, probably worth 20 or 30 quid. So I need to get in here pretty sharpish because £100 has gone on the table and it could well be, oh, as much as that, thank you very much. Well, not exactly thank you very much, because the independent valuers and the auctioneer, who was very keen, he says 200 to 300. I'm going to leave you with that in mind. Is Jo going to put any more money down? Tick-tock, I think so.
Let's see what you do then, Jo.
I'll punt another £50 and then I'm leaving it with you, because that really is as far as I want to go on it.
You can't put another 50 down, make it the 200.
No, I think I'm going to stick with 150.
Okay, thank you. I'll take it to auction.
Well, good luck with it.
Yeah.
And thanks for bringing it in and the story.
They're shaking hands. They haven't done a deal. It's coming to the auction, Richard.
Yep.
You happy with that?
Yeah, no trouble. Yep.
And are you confident?
Yeah, very. No trouble.
Is our auctioneer, Richard, right? Find out later.
I was very surprised with what he said. I mean, 200 to 300 is a lot more than I thought. But I'm still hoping for that holiday in Barbados.
Will it be Barbados or Bognor as the pocket watch goes under the hammer?
Now, you probably wonder why Stephen said no. It was because I advised him to go to auction. It's not that I had great knowledge, but I have people backstage, shall we say, valuers that really know their stuff. And one of them said, look, that's a rare lot. Go to the auction, take a gamble. Was he right? Was I right? Well, let's find out. It's coming up now.
The pocket stopwatch then, bit of interest on here. We're in at 180, we're in at 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300. 300 bid in the room at 300 now. I'm off my book at 300. 320, 340, 340, 340, 340, 360, 380 at 380, 380, room bid 400, 420 at 420, room bid 420, 440, 460 at 460 now, 460, 460, internet you are out at 460, room bid, sold 480, come again, 500 room, internet you're still out now at 500, 500, room bid at 5, sold 500, your bid sir, £500.
The gambler's just gone at 500 quid. Now, that's taken me by surprise, and it must have taken you by surprise.
Oh, very much so.
Take away the commission, you're going home with 425 quid. So, good result?
Fantastic result.
Any idea what you're going to spend the money on, or you don't know yet?
Well, I was going to go on a holiday in Barbados, but didn't quite reach that much, but it can go towards it.
Well, it certainly can towards virtually getting a ticket to get you there.
One seat, innit?
That was the real deal.
360, 380.
Great decision, Steve. Bon voyage. After the break,
This is Charlie calling Dickinson. Come in, Officer Dickinson. Wilco, chunks away, Charlie.
I'm going to say, Stuart, get a bit more money down. Don't miss this one. This is a little treasure, and you won't find many of these, sir, in that condition today.
will this next deal take off?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Hello, I'm
John Parker's getting warmed up for his next deal. He's been presented with Kathy's family silver.
Well, fairly obviously, we've got a silver tea service here, which I suspect is continental. What can you tell me about it? How did you come acquire it?
It belonged to my grandmother, who was Norwegian.
Right.
And I inherited it when she died about 5 years ago.
Oh, right. And do you use it?
No, it's been sat in a cupboard for
so
5 years.
Hence the get rid of it and do
well,
something
yeah,
sensible.
I've been meaning to do something with it for a while.
Yeah. Well, it's a very simple, plain tea set. And the sad thing is that with silver, and the same with gold, the price has gone to such a level. And unless there's some sort of antique value or there's a story behind it of a famous owner or something like that, what we have has got something that's going to be scrapped, which is so sad.
Right.
But that's the way of the world.
Okay.
So I'm going to make you an offer because I've got to get it scrapped. So let's see.
Okay.
So that's 50, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300.
Was hoping for a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at actually. At that, I feel there's a chance I can get, a small profit.
Okay. £20 more and you got a deal?
No. No, I think that really, that's me. That's me done.
Okay. All right, I'll take it.
Do we have a deal?
Yeah,
we have
a deal.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
John's playing it tough today, but nevertheless still a good deal for our Kathy. Back over to Tim, where Kay's brought along her dazzling collection of timepieces.
We bought two very, I don't know what the word is, extravagant watches in today. Can you tell me a little bit about how you acquired them?
Yes, I belong to the Swatch Collectors Club, and I collect a lot of the watches, and these were two very special ones that I bought. The first one, the Vivienne Westwood,
yes.
I actually bought that in Zermatt in Switzerland, which is the home of the Swatch, so that makes it extra special.
Right. This is the Vivienne Westwood one, which is in the shape of her trademark orb, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
And this is the one you bought in Switzerland?
Yes.
So you bought that in 1993?
Yeah.
And that is, let's have a look, this is Christian Lacroix,
yeah, and this
it?
was one they brought out as a Christmas special.
Right. So did I pronounce that correctly?
I think
Christian Lacroix.
Sounded good.
It sounded good, didn't it? It sort of rolls off the tongue, did it? So I need to put some money on the table, don't I?
It'd be
See
nice,
if I can tempt you.
Yeah.
I could be way out with this. £50 for Vivienne Westwood, £50 for Christian Lacroix.
No, I think they're worth a lot more than that. I went a long way to get that one.
So £100 is no good, is it, Kate?
Not really, no.
What about 120? I'm sort of in a haze with them, really.
No, I'd like a lot more than that, please.
130.
No, I'd like some more, please.
Look, if I take this away and put 140, but I don't get it. I don't get them.
It's just one more 10 and then it'll be a good deal.
Be a good deal for you. I don't think it'd be a good deal for me.
It would, because I know that, I say that particularly the Vivienne Westwood, I think it's worth a lot more. And they're both very limited editions.
I'm sticking at 140.
How about we compromise on 145? That's fair then.
No,
Yeah.
140.
And that's your final offer?
It is, yeah. So is that a deal, Kay?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Today I brought with me some Second World War memorabilia, an helmet and goggles and a few other pieces that I picked up from a car boot sale about 15 years ago, and I'm hoping to get some good money for it today.
Chocks away, Lee. Over to you, Stuart.
Well, there's an assortment of Second World War items or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Basically, I was at a car boot sale about 10 years ago, and I saw them, and it all come in, in the one bag, the whole lot together, yeah. And just something I took a bit of interest in and decided to buy. And
that's obviously a pilot's helmet, leather helmet. It's quite nice having the tubes with it and so on. And it's in nice condition. I mean, that's a nice, interesting thing. The thing that stands out as being strange to me, really, is the cookery.
Right.
Sort of, people call them Gurkha's knives, and I don't think a pilot would have carried that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And it is a military issue. It is an army issue. It's actually, what's quite interesting, actually on it, the case here, it's got MAD 44.
Right.
I don't know what it stands for, but the same number is on the knife, so you know they spent their life.
They spent their life together, yeah.
That's quite important when you're buying things like this. Obviously, quite probably pilot's goggles.
Yeah.
Certainly aircraft goggles. These are dated 1940 something. The badges again don't seem to connect to the Red Cross badges. Obviously, could connect to the person at some time. You bought them at a car boot sale 10 years ago. You obviously given up wanting them. Why have you bought them here today?
To sell, basically. It's just something that you can't display or anything like that, so it just gets left in a cupboard.
Oops, get some money out. $20, $40, $60, $80. 20, 40, 60, £90.
No, I was looking for more than that.
You're looking for more?
Yeah.
Let's do 100. Let's see how much you really wanted more. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
No, I was still looking for more than that, to be
You are?
fair, yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we'll do 110. How does that fare with you now?
I was looking for more.
Just before you make a decision on that, Wilco, chocks away, Charlie. What we've got here, I think it's probably Second World War, that isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Now, the independent valuers and the auctioneer, they are saying 120, 150, there's a 150 towards 200. 110 is on the table. I think that's a pretty good offer, but I have a feeling if you get the right collector at the auction, then he will look at that and think, I will never get another chance to buy one in that condition. So there's a lot of maybes. Here's a dealer who really, this is right up his street. I'm going to say, Stuart, get a bit more money down. Don't miss this one. This is a little treasure, and you won't find many of these, sir, in that condition today.
I'll raise it to 120, but it's not very much more. A token gesture, isn't it?
No, I'd like to take it to auction. See if I can do a bit better there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can understand that because it's a mixed lot, interesting lot. But
Lovely.
thank you very much, and all the very best to auction.
Thank you.
I didn't buy it. I wanted the flying helmet. The goggles, I could see through those. They weren't really for me. But it's a shame I didn't buy it. But wish them the best at auction, really.
Will the collection fly at auction? It's over to the Duke.
He can't make it here today, so I'm looking after his interest. I advised him to gamble and go to auction because of the condition. It's here now. 140 is the reserve, 140. I think it's good. Let's find out.
180, 190, 200, 210. 210 now. At 210, I bid at 210. 210, 210, 210, 220.
It's wonderful condition.
230, 240, 250. At 250 now. 260, 270. At 270. At 270.
260, 270.
It's in there at 270. Sold. 270.
Take home £230. Now that's what I call a flying bid. That was the real deal.
220.
Wow, the Duke was right. The collection soared under the gavel. Still to come.
How did you acquire it?
My husband acquired it. Car boot sale.
Really?
Curse of the car boot strikes again.
That's your best offer.
That is, as they say, that's me lot.
But will our seller cut and run?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
The cash has been flowing all day in Banbury and still the items come flooding in. Back over with John, and Sue's hoping to cut a deal with this next item.
And what have we got here?
Fruit knife.
A fruit knife?
Apparently.
Right, apparently, yeah. And how did you acquire it?
My husband acquired it. Car boot sale.
Oh, really? Ah, nice. It's a lovely thing to find. What can you tell me about it? You know,
Not a lot really. It's silver bladed, mother of pearl.
Yeah.
And it's a fruit knife. That's all I know about it, really.
Should we have a look?
Yep.
Okay. Press the little button at the front. Open it up to reveal a very, very pretty little fruit knife. The main body of the fruit knife is mother of pearl, which has got some little decoration and down each side, which is nice. Let's have it out of its case. It's exactly the same the other side, and you can see at the top here, very nice little pip engraving. So we can see it's silver. Let's open the blade. And the hallmarks are here. It's a full set of hallmarks in good condition. We've got the first box is a crown, which signifies Sheffield. The second box is the date, the Lan Passant, which is silver. And then we've got the date mark, and then we've got the maker's mark. And it looks to me as if it's I think it's 1868 from my memory. So it's a nice date. It's a fruit knife. Fruit knives nearly always had silver blades, for obvious reasons. Yeah. You know, because they're much healthier than steel, etc. So how long have you had it?
Early part of this year.
Early part of this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's get some money out and see if I can tempt you. Right, where are we? Right, that's 20, 40, 60. How does that sound?
A bit more. It is pretty.
Right, okay, a tiny bit more. £70. That's
your best offer.
That as they say that's me lot. So are we tempted?
I am tempted.
You are?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Now I must ask, curiosity, what did you pay for it?
50 pence.
Coo-er. I wish I had.
Back to David in the dealer's den. He's been joined by a local expert who's brought a very famous example of English artwork in.
I want to introduce you to a young and charming lady, Rachel Boyd. Now, you're from Upton House, a wonderful country house property. What is your exact title?
Well, I'm actually collections manager, so I look after the house and its collections.
We're very privileged today on Dickinson's Real Deal because we have a small picture. Is it watercolour on paper or oil on paper?
It's an oil sketch on paper.
Okay, oil sketch on paper. But the important thing is, of course, it is by one of the greatest English artists. It is by John Constable. Tell us all about it.
Well, it was painted in the early part of the 19th century, and it was painted outside. Constable actually used to put his oil paintings in his knapsack and go off into the fields, and so he painted in the open air. And this is a scene that we call Harnham Ridge, which is near Salisbury. So he was fascinated by clouds all his life, so it's a cloud study, and you can see the water meadows in the foreground. And he liked to put these little touches of white, which you can just about see at the front of the painting.
Absolutely.
He was capturing light. He was all about capturing light in his paintings. And so this was just a little sketch, really, that he worked up later on in his studio. This was just probably for his own amusement or to give away to friends.
It's small, it's atmospheric, and as you say, I think he died when he was in his 50s or something like that.
He wasn't terribly old by today's standards.
And this would have been a later work, really, I suppose.
We believe this is more towards the end, so 1820s, late 1820s, early 30s, he was painting this. He was visiting Salisbury at around that time, so that's when it's believed to date to.
What else is in the collection? Names that's going to say to our viewers, I've got to get down to Upton House right away.
There's just some fantastic names, it's unbelievable. We have Bosch, Bruegel, the most beautiful El Greco, Gainsborough, Hogarth. It's a real sort of pantheon,
it's endless,
really.
Isn't it?
It is. It's a very diverse collection. It's stunning because it was collected just before the Second World War by one man, largely. So he put this collection together. He decorated his house with these paintings. He created a picture gallery in his own home. So our visitors now get to come and see these paintings, but in a country house setting rather than in an art gallery. And when he donated his collection to the National Trust in 1948, he said that they should be displayed like that so that visitors can really get up close and personal. We're sat next to this constable today, but our visitors can walk right up to it. There aren't any bars or barriers to stop. You can actually go and get close to those paintings and soak up the atmosphere.
Sounds a great collection. Go along, view it, and enjoy it the way it was meant to be enjoyed.
What a stunning piece. Thanks, David. Still to come, the story of the Duke and the Dragon unfolds.
That just might run in the auction, and it could surprise us.
Will it be a roaring success for our seller?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Things are hotting up in the dealer's den for the final deal of the day. Joe's come face to face with an old dragon.
You've brought along a bronze?
Yes.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Dragon? How long have you had it?
Well, I've been trying to think, I think roughly 40 years.
How did you get it?
Bought it at an auction.
Did you? You were an auction regular?
No, years ago we used to go, but not much these days, no.
It's a cracking thing, isn't it? Why are you selling it?
I don't know, really. It's just they want to buy it off me.
Right. He's Chinese, he's bronze, he weighs a ton, doesn't he?
Mm.
It's in pretty good order. I think he's missing one claw, is that right?
Yeah.
Where's he missing a claw? On that leg there?
Well,
Is it that one there?
Just a piece
Yeah.
off the end, that's all. Just
Tail's all there.
Yeah.
All these dangerous looking spikes and things all appear to be in order. Right. Okay. I think he's about 1910, 1900, 1910, that sort of age. Right. Well, we'll talk some money, see what happens, eh? Onwards. 100, 200, 300, 400 and 50. There's an opening gambit.
not a bad start.
Here's Mr. Dickinson to give us a bit of advice.
Well, I've just been looking from the sidelines, Les. You know, I saw this come in. Now I've got it under the lights, and you can have a good look at the casting. It's not half a bad casting. Our independent valuers, I think, have gone in there in a realistic estimate. They've said £600 to £800. I have a feeling it could do better. I'm going to say it's got potential in auction unless you get up in that 6 to 8 variation, get off to auction. That just might run in the auction and it could surprise us.
So, we're going to have a bit more gamble.
Probably, yeah.
Right, okay. I'm game.
Yeah, I'm going. Depends on the cake what you've got there.
So what did we say? We had 1, 2, 3, 450, 550, £600.
Keep going.
No, I think I like £600. We've got a claw missing. We've got a couple of the spikes on his backbone. A bit of a difficulty. So, what do you think you want to do?
Take it to auction.
You off to auction?
Yes.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
250, 260, 270, 200.
It's coming up now. The reserve is 600 quid. It needs to make that kind of money to equal the bid that we got. Bit of pressure.
It's the year of the dragon this year, isn't it,
Year of the dragon.
Yeah.
Might be the last year of the dragon if I haven't got it right.
Should have told him to shout that out.
Here it is now.
We start at 500, the dragon at 5, 20, 50, 80, 6, 600, my bid 6, top
Year of the
bid,
dragon.
600.
I thought it might have been the end of me, that.
650, 700, at 700, at 700, at 700 I bid, 700 with me, 750, at 750.
750.
750, 750 with the internet.
He's telling me my job, we haven't finished yet. We know we haven't finished
We are
yet.
sold at 750.
Okay, £750. We have some commission to take off. I make that about 640 quid. It's close to 640 quid. I hope to get a little bit more than we got, but on the day, you've had a day out, we've taken away the commission, and you're still going home with 640 quid. So, satisfied?
Real deal.
Real deal. Well, you heard what Les said. He says, and I say, real deal.
At 700.
Well done, Les. The gamble just about paid off. You should be chuffed with that result. Our dealers have been splashing the cash in Banbury. They've offered up over £1,800 of their own money. But have they been able to make any profit on their buys? Poor Jo found it hard going today. It seemed like no one wanted her money. All her items went off to auction.
Going to have a bit more gamble?
Probably, yeah.
Right, OK. I'm game.
280.
Unfortunately for John, not every cloud has a silver lining.
So, do we have a deal?
Yeah,
we have
a deal.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
After buying the silver tea set for £300, John decided against scrapping it and sold it online for a £20 loss. However, he did manage to cut a slightly better deal for the silver fruit knife by clearing a slither of a profit.
That's the way of the world.
Tim left the dealer's den with just the 2 buys today.
I don't get it. I don't get them.
Luckily for Tim, he tracked down a swatch specialist. However, what he didn't realise was that he paid over the odds and only just broke even. It was mixed fortunes for the strings of pearls. After selling one on for £60, Tim has yet to find a buyer for the second. Finally, we come to Stuart with his single buy of the day.
I would like you to have it.
Right, you'd like me to pay for it as well?
I would love you to pay for it.
Do we have a deal?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stuart decided he would take his chance and put the clock into auction. After laying out a top bid of £340 after commission, Stuart still managed a very healthy profit. Today's top seller award goes to our car booting duo. Keep it up, guys. You never know, we could be seeing you on the other side of the table one of these days.
It's been a really exciting day here in the sale room. There's been lots of action, lots of bidding and lots of buying. I really like to see that. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.